the stock market drops 5%, and financial news channels begin using words like panic, fear, and uncertainty. Investors start wondering whether they should sell everything before things get worse. Then the market drops 10%. Suddenly headlines become even more dramatic. Some people call it a correction. Others call it a crash. A few even start talking about collapse. But are these terms actually the same thing? The answer is no. And understanding the difference could help you become a calmer and more successful investor. Welcome to Simply Speaking About Money. Our philosophy is simple: budget, save, invest, and when investing, focus on probabilities, not possibilities. Today, we're discussing one of the most misunderstood topics in investing: the difference between a market correction, a market crash, and a market collapse. Let's start with the most common event: a market correction. A market correction generally occurs when a major market index falls about 10% from a recent high. That may sound scary, but corrections are actually normal. In fact, they happen regularly throughout market history. Think of a correction like a pressure release valve. Markets don't move straight upward forever. Sometimes prices get ahead of reality and need to cool down. Many corrections happen without causing lasting damage to long-term investors. Historically, corrections have often created opportunities for disciplined investors who continue following their long-term plans. Now let's move to the next level: a market crash. A crash is usually more severe and more emotional than a correction. Crashes often involve rapid declines of 20% or more in a relatively short period of time. Unlike corrections, crashes tend to dominate headlines and create widespread fear among investors. People begin questioning whether the market will ever recover. Financial media coverage becomes non-stop. Emotions often replace logic. Examples include the 1987 stock market crash, the 2008 financial crisis, and the market panic during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the time, each event felt terrifying to investors living through it. But here's something important to remember. Historically, every major market crash eventually ended. Markets recovered, economies adapted, businesses continued operating. That doesn't mean crashes are pleasant. They absolutely are not. But history shows that crashes and permanent market destruction are not the same thing. This brings us to the most dramatic term of all: market collapse. A true market collapse suggests something far more severe than a normal correction or even a major crash. When people use the word collapse, they are often describing a situation where the financial system itself is failing or becoming dysfunctional. Fortunately, true market collapses are extremely rare. Many events that investors feared were collapses ultimately turned out to be crashes, followed by recoveries. One reason investors confuse these terms is because fear makes everything feel larger in the moment. A 10% correction can feel like a collapse if you're watching your portfolio every hour. A 20% decline can feel permanent if you're focused only on today's headlines. This is why emotional discipline matters so much. During bear markets, the market often tests investors emotionally long before it tests them financially. Successful investing is not just about choosing investments. It's also about managing your reactions. When corrections occur, many investors panic unnecessarily. When crashes occur, some investors abandon decades-long plans because of short-term fear. Ironically, the investors who often suffer the most damage are those who sell after large declines and then miss the recovery. Long-term investing requires understanding that volatility is part of the process. Markets rise, markets fall. Bull markets eventually become bear markets. Bear markets eventually become bull markets again. That cycle has repeated throughout modern financial history. The key lesson is not predicting every downturn perfectly. The key lesson is building a plan that can survive downturns when they inevitably occur. Investors who understand the difference between corrections, crashes, and collapses often make better decisions during periods of uncertainty. Instead of reacting emotionally, they focus on probabilities, diversification, risk management, and long-term goals. In the next video, we'll discuss one of the most important questions investors ask during market declines. Should you keep investing during a bear market? If you found value in today's video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to Simply Speaking About Money so you never miss practical strategies that help you build wealth and make smarter financial decisions. Also, check the description box below for the financial tool we recommend related to today's topic. It's a resource we personally suggest because it can help you apply what you've just learned and take action immediately. Your support helps this channel continue bringing you clear, no-hype financial education. Now stay with us, because up next is a special bonus that can help you take this even further. If you want to see your entire financial life in one place, clarity is the first step. That's where Empower comes in. Empower gives you powerful tools to track your net worth, monitor investments, analyze fees, and plan for retirement, all in one dashboard. You can connect your accounts, see exactly where you stand, and make smarter decisions with real data, because what gets measured gets managed. If you're serious about organizing your money and building long-term wealth, check out the link in the description to explore Empower. Affiliate disclosure: I may earn a commission if you sign up using my link at no extra cost to you.